Howdy friends, welcome back to the Eclectic Sam YouTube channel, and welcome back to my eclectic corner of YouTube, where I predominantly talk about eBay reselling and reselling in general, but from time to time we may go on a little trip, talk about the history, talk about things that I collect, just a plethora of my eclectic world. Before we get started, you see down below that subscribe button? It doesn't cost you a thing to hit that, plus it gives me a little bit of help, and it gives you the ability to see what's coming in the future. I just hit 250 subscribers. It's not that big, but I'm surprised that there's 250 people out there that want to listen to me, and hopefully I'll get some more in the future. Today I thought I'd do a little bit of my what sold on eBay videos. Hadn't had too many big sales on eBay, so this is all going to be lower dollar items. But you know what, like I've said in the past, I'm just a part-time seller, so any amount is good for me. But let's get started. The first item was an Etsy item. It was a vintage J&P Promotions motorcycle show t-shirt. It sold for $24.99 with free shipping on that, and I paid $1 for that and a big lot of some vintage items that I'd bought, so that was a good little profit there. Next up is the Columbia Viking Desk Encyclopedia from 1968. It sold for $12.99 with free shipping. That did go by media mail, so shipping was just a couple of bucks on that. And that was free. I had gotten it. It was a stack of books from the family that we were just getting rid of, so that was all profit on that. Next up was a little, they call them feeler gauges. I'm sure you've seen mechanics use them to, looks like little strips of metal that they put in between things to see what the thickness is. It sold for $12.99 with free shipping. I bought a whole box full of these way back. Just now have listed them, but I paid 79 cents a piece for them. I think I have probably about 100 of them left, so this is going to be a long-term sale. But the great thing about it is it's just one listing. You leave it and forget about it, and then they sell from time to time. With only 79 cents a piece in them, nothing wrong with that, just a little bit of profit over the time. Next up, if you haven't gone back and seen my selling die-cast cars and vehicles video, I had a real good video a while back about that. But this is a 1/18 scale Harley Davidson motorcycle made by Hot Wheels, and it sold for $14.99 with free shipping. Small item, so it wasn't very heavy. Doesn't cost much to ship. And I had $2 into that. I did get that in a lot of die-casts that I bought from a friend. Next up is another vintage shirt, vintage Fila shirt from the 80s. It was a blue tennis shirt, the old 80s tennis style shirts. Paid $5 for that shirt, and it sold for $30 with free shipping. I'm sold out from that lot. I'd gotten several of them from the same person. Next up, we sold a oil pressure switch, little car part. Sold for $19.98, and I had 18 cents into that. I got that from the same auction that I got those feeler gauges from. Got several good auto parts, and once again, this was just something I had multiples of it, and you just list it and forget about it, and they sell from time to time. Next up, another vintage, well, not really vintage, but another die-cast. This was a 1930s Citroen from Solido is the brand. It's a French company. All their cars come in a little plastic display case with a clear cover. That one sold for $27.99 plus shipping, and it sold. I paid $2.97 for that. I bought that in a big lot. I only have a few left from that lot. Those were good sellers. These Solido, keep an eye out for them. They don't sell for big money, but they do sell well. There's a good following for them, so keep a lookout for those cars. Next up, from that same lot of the Solido cars that I got, this was just the box for a 1911 car model. The model was from the 60s. I paid $2.97 for it, sold it for $8.99 plus shipping. But this is a good example of looking for items that are kind of unusual that accompany other items that people collect. So like with this, if somebody had the model but didn't have the box and wanted the box to go with the model, they were looking for that. Same way I've mentioned in the past, looking for manuals to vintage electronics or cars or so forth. Or, like accessories to toys, action figures. If you find little guns and so forth to action figures, it's not garbage. Somebody's going to want that to finish that collection that they're putting together. So think about that when you're going through bulk lots of stuff that you buy. That little conglomeration of toy parts that you find in the bottom of the box, that isn't trash. Somebody's going to pay for that. And some of those little accessories to action figures bring really big money because they're lost, broken, or stolen, stuff like that. So they can't find it, they can't complete their action figure. So think about that in the future when you're out buying and selling and, find unusual items. Next up is a baseball card of Frank Viola, rookie card from 1983. Sold for $1.29 plus shipping. That goes by the new eBay envelope shipping process, so it doesn't really cost hardly anything to ship. And I had 49 cents in that. I bought a big lot of older cards a while back and had about 49 cents a piece in them. Next up were three gold series 92-93 Topps basketball cards. I sold a Larry Bird, David Robinson, and a Magic Johnson. Those sold for $21.97 plus shipping. Got those in that same lot of 49 cents a piece, so I had $1.47 a piece total in those. So that was a good sale right there. Proof also that if you're going to start selling baseball cards or trading cards like that, just because you're selling lower price items in baseball cards or trading cards doesn't mean that you're not going to have big sales. Because a lot of the time, to save on shipping or to put sets together, people will go back and look at all your cards that you have for sale and buy multiples that you have. So that was a good example of that. Next, a while back, I went through all my personal DVDs and put them all on eBay. This was Alexander the movie, sold for $5.99 with free shipping. Goes by Media Mail, so a couple of bucks in shipping. If you have a DVD collection that you don't watch anymore, since we all go to Netflix and stuff like that now, think about that, because DVDs are real easy to list. You just scan the barcode and it pretty much fills all the information out. So think about that. It's just some extra money that you can make on something that's just sitting around the house that you don't use anymore. Next, we have a 1978 Topps Andre Dawson rookie card, sold for $7.99 plus shipping, and that came from the 49-cent lot that I'd gotten. That card would normally bring a little bit more, but it had some little soft corners on it and so forth. The last item is another baseball card, 1970 Topps Dave Cash and Johnny Jeter rookie card. That one only sold for $2.19 plus shipping, and it came from the 49-cent lot as well. So yeah, that's all that we sold. Like I said, it's no big sales, but it gives you an example of don't always list high dollar items, because if I had just listed high dollar items, I may not have made those little sales and had that little bit of income come in this week. So, I'm happy with it. Yeah, I wish I would have made a higher dollar sales, but you know what? We can't win them all. Just keep on listing like I've told you in the past, which I'm doing. And, go through your death piles. We all have death piles, I'm sure, of stuff that you need to list that you haven't yet. And just keep pushing forward. Those sales will come automatically as long as you're working towards it, because eBay will always put you up higher in the tier. People seeing what you have for sale. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, and as I said before, make sure you subscribe to help me out. Once again, like to get to that 1,000 mark. That magic 1,000 mark on YouTube, where you start getting paid. Not looking to make very much money, but just a few extra dollars for my time. And if you enjoyed the video, comment. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, any suggestions. If you'd like to see some more of my collectibles, like my last video that I showed, or anything like that, just tell me. Something you'd like to know about me. But until next time, my friends, I love you. Bye.